This is a GMC Syclone. General Motors made this high-performance pickup truck back in 1991, and when magazines tested it out, it had acceleration similar to that of the Chevrolet Corvette and even Ferraris of the time. It has a 4.3 litre turbocharged V6 making about 208 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. Now that may not seem like a lot by today's standards, but it could accelerate this car from 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds, thanks to its sophisticated all-wheel drive system by Borg-Warner. As such, it, as well as the GMC Typhoon, is considered one of the first high-performance SUVs, being that it was the quickest stock pickup truck in the world at the time. This one has been modernised though to get slightly more horsepower. I've decided to upgrade the engine internals, as well as change the tyres to rally tyres so it can really handle off-road properly and really give it justice to its name. This Syclone then should have modern car performance. So we're taking it on an off-road track here on our little scramble, and we're at the first corner. We're going at some considerable speed. Of course, we've still got the stock 4-speed automatic transmission with slightly upgraded trans components, but in general we're expecting it to be quite a good time as it goes up this hill, maintaining over 135 miles an hour. Still accelerating, but I think, of course, with the transmission being relatively standard, it can't reach its full potential in terms of outright speed. However, you can see it's just powering along. Nice linear power, because I didn't want to go too overboard and give it twin turbos and, 600 horsepower. So this one just has a little bit less than 450. Still getting some air in this thing. See, it's kind of hard to determine when to shift, but still this handles extremely well, even having active aerodynamic wing at the back. Shot this a little bit wide, going off the curb, making sure I don't hit any obstacles to get the best time I can. And we're across the line in a time of just over 1 minute and 19 seconds. So 19 and a half, shall I say, and it puts us just above the Volvo V60 Polestar TDI tune. Bearing in mind this was the track and the rally time leaderboard carried over from the old series, so there's a link in the description so you can watch any of those cars run around our leaderboard. And now let's take it on its top speed test. Now it's time for a quarter mile. Fun fact, at stock this car could run the quarter mile in 13.4 seconds. It will be fun to compare its quarter mile time to that now. It smashed the time by nearly 2 seconds, so let's see how this high performance pickup truck will perform on our track. Here we go in the Syclone, and wow, it's already at 60 miles an hour. Just the first and second gear acceleration is absolutely phenomenal. So we're going in now at well over 100 miles an hour into this first sweeping bend, having to slow down a little bit. See, taking it quite cautiously here. You can see the speed just drop under the steering. I have experienced quite a bit of understeer with this body. Obviously it's not the heaviest but not the lightest either, about 1600 kilos, and there's not really any chassis bracing, so this is quite a street worthy car. But you can see going in this chicane, I'm taking it nice and careful, using up as much as second gear as I can, almost over revving the engine, using third. And we're on to the back straight now, and we're going at some quite high speed, quite brisk, but you notice the acceleration kind of tails off above 100 miles an hour. think that's due to the drag coefficient of this body. It's not the best. Can't maintain top speed that much, but as you can see, we got a time of just under 1 minute and 3 seconds for our practice. Let's see what we can do now. See, I've adapted it using that understeer a little bit more progressively now. Getting the steering inputs just that little bit better to edge out and get a better time. We're on the back straight now, going quite fair back the speed, probably about halfway through this lap now. Using as much of that engine as possible, not needing to change gear here actually, or damaging the barricades. Obviously gonna slow our time down by a fraction, hitting them fences. But now we're on to the main straight and we can really open it up. You can see it's kind of struggling, unlike most other sports cars I test here. I mean, this is an A-class car. I wonder how this will handle. Wow, so just over 1 minute. So just under 1 minute and 1 second. There's the top 10, as you can see there. And now here we go. So it's 18th place with a performance index of 768. Considerably faster than the TRD Turbo that I tested here a few weeks back. Nearly 2 seconds faster, in fact, but not quite as good as the slick Megane RS or the R34 Z-Tune, even though it can hang with those cars. It's quite well, actually. I think it's due to the four-wheel drive system being very sophisticated and easy to drive. But here are our other two competitors there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Peace.